And I think now is the time to show what else I've actually modified on this kit. The energy release form is my favorite part of the Ikaruga, and I want to recreate it, and that is including the light. So on the underside, I've cut two set of notches on the fuselage, which allows me to put two square magnet, cubic magnet, and underneath them is a wire that's soldered and carries to each of the engine block. Inside each engine block is 7 LEDs. 7 LEDs. 6 of them are pointing forward inside into each of these holes. One is actually pointing backward, not pointing out of the engine pod, but onto 3 strands of clear plastic fiber optic. 2 of those, you might be able to see it, goes out here into the gun barrels, so that there will be 2 dots of light coming out on those. The other one come out on the other side of the engine. You can see this one much clearer. This line carries all the way out here and into this one, which I believe is another gun nozzle. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like a gun, so I decided to do it as well. So there are 7 LEDs inside them. To protect the circuit, each one also got one resistor on them. So inside each engine is 7 LEDs and 7 resistors. And believe me, it's really crowded inside. So with those two magnets, I have put 2 more magnets here corresponding to where those 2 are. 2 wires is actually carrying down through into the stand, going through that, come out at the inside of the stone like, and at the end is 2 more magnets. So this is the whole configuration. So once I plugged it together, the magnet one helped me hold Ikaruga onto the stand really well. Let me just put this back in. You have to take this off, by the way, to actually mount Ikaruga onto the stand, whether you modify for LED or not. That is just the design of the kit. So now you can get to see Ikaruga lights up. One 3-volt button battery, and with these 2 magnets, hold on for a second. There we go. And here's Ikaruga lights up. And you know what? There you go. Much more visible now. And as you can see, the 2 gun barrels now lights up on both sides. The engine is really bright. And unfortunately, it's really difficult to actually see the other 2. That one lights up. You can just barely see a little bit of light coming out right now. Well, very little, I'm afraid. And there's a bit of a side effect. Those fiber optic is also lighting up as well. It's not actually intentional, but they actually look pretty good when they actually light up. It looks like the engine is actually so full of energy that any nooks and cranny of the engine is actually glowing. So yeah. Hello, Brooke. So this is about it from my Ikaruga. I have to say this kit must be one of my proudest achievements so far in terms of modifying a model kit. The kit itself, in order to do this LED thing, I have to do a lot of modification on the kit. So if you are an experienced modeler, even if you're not quite sure about what Ikaruga is, this is a kit that a lot of people who are sci-fi fans might be interested. It certainly looks very unique. It has a very rugged feel, a tough but at the same time a fragile sort of feel to it. And I will have to say that I have to stress that this really is for experienced modeler. There are a lot of parts on here that are tiny, thin and fragile, and gluing is definite. Almost I would say about 50% of this kit relies on you to stick it together. Yeah, once you persevere through all of this, this is an end result that I cannot argue. This is a brilliant looking model. So hope that you enjoy this one, and join me next time for another video review.